Erik Mongrain is a Canadian composer and guitarist who is known as a unique acoustic style with a wide array of different techniques. And in 2007, he released a song called AirTap. This song quickly became popular all over the world and established lap tapping as a new guitar playing style. Looking at YouTube, even today there are many people who keep posting their cover videos. In fact, I was also influenced by this song and I have been obsessed with this technique over a decade. But why was it so impactful? In this video, we dive into the key details of this masterpiece. So at first, when you saw the Erik's play, you'd be surprised by how he plays the guitar, more specifically the visual impact. Like you knew how a guitar is supposed to be played since you were young. Maybe you grew up with rock music and followed a couple of legendary guitarists like Jimi Hendrix or Van Halen. But none of them played the guitar in Erik's way. He puts the guitar on his lap and plays it sideways. This peculiar visual strongly caught audience eyes. That was good performance-wise because the first-time audiences were really curious and waiting for what sounds were actually coming. So the next, when you listen to the sound, you'd realize that various sounds were created from one acoustic guitar. It sounded cool, but looked like really complicated. The techniques mainly used were tapping, pulling, harmonics, blocking, body hit, strumming, and each component was perfectly fitted together to be one song. That surprised audiences in a good way that an acoustic guitar could be played like one-man band. He was able to be guitarist, bassist, and a drummer at the same time. So this song starts with a simple two notes called the progression. It's F to C on E. That you basically just move forefinger from 8th fret to 7th fret. This is like a dead simple, almost boring. But starts from a relatively simple riff can emphasize more dynamics in the latter sections. Metaphorically, it's like a silence before the storm. After a couple of bars, the right-hand phrase is coming. The harmonics part is giving more attention to the previous chord that actually transitions to F9 to C11 on E. The use of 9s and 11s are great to make the emotional atmosphere. This makes a clear characteristic in this song that more likable by people who prefer jazzy or emo chords. In the next verse, Erik repeats the same chord but with different variations or rhythmic patterns. These are mostly coming from improvisation. This might not be well known, but lap tapping is easier than regular style when it comes to improvisation. It's also worth mentioning the magic of open tuning. The tuning for this song is F-A-C-F-C-F, meaning 1-3-5-1-5-1 intervals on the key of F major. This means as long as you play any open strings, that's a part of F major chord. But there's one exception, it's 19th fret harmonics. The 19th fret harmonics is 7 semitones higher than the open note. So if the string is C, the harmonics is G. This is actually 9th interval on F major chord, so he can get the tension without pressing any frets. Erik constantly plays this 19th fret harmonics on C strings throughout this song to add emotional and jazzy tensions. Let's talk about the variations of rhythmical patterns. Erik plays a bass riff at the constant rhythm with left hand, like. This is kind of common approach in a percussive guitar that constantly plays a root note, click sound, or body hit for making the contrast in bass riffs and melodies. The only difference is that AirTap plays this bass riff with a left hand, whereas the regular guitar style plays it with a right hand. When the right hand fret starts, the simple and boring riff is going to be completely transformed into a real vibe. For example, see, the first boring riff was decorated in many ways. Introducing variations of the rhythm is helpful to keep audiences focused on the music. But keep in mind that Erik doesn't change the bass riff until it moves to the next section. This gives an audience a clue that they are still listening to the same section. Alright, we reviewed a couple of secrets of this song. We just covered the intro and verse sections, but I'll defer the other sections in the other video, so stay tuned. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. Maybe you can even try to create a short riff with this knowledge. Thank you for watching and see you in the next time.